This is kind of like a very special video, but mostly for all the Thomas fans out there. Since I'm going to show you a homemade DVD cover, homemade DVD case update, but this time it's a Thomas DVD. Well, before I show you something, there's two things there's something I gotta tell you about before I show you that. Well, it's a good thing is I have all my Best of Thomas collections on I finally have all my Best of Thomas collection that did exist before they did the custom versions. But I had two Best of collection of two of the Thomas characters that didn't exist, but someone did custom. Well, recently my most custom version I might show you on tomorrow someday, but which is Best of Henry and Best of Toby. The one they did in real life is Best of Thomas, Percy, James, and Gordon, when they released back in 2001, 2003 by Anchor Bay, or on VHS and DVD. Here it is. Yep, this is a very cool This is a very cool homemade Thomas DVD I want to show you. This is actually my version of the Best of Thomas and Friends collection from 2001 to 2025. Yeah, why add 2025? Because, well, it didn't exist, but I there's Best of Henry and Best of Toby. Well, I did add Best of Thomas, Percy, James, and Gordon. They do exist in real life, but Henry and Toby, I added no because somebody else did the custom of Henry. I did not do it, actually. But, well, mostly someone did the Best of Toby. Yep, the back. I might have to peel the sticker off. Very cool. And by the way, this case, I don't want to explain where it's taken, but it was recycled, actually. Disc 1 is Best of Thomas. And mostly I only had 2 discs of Best of Thomas, of Best of Collection that were original DVDs. And this was from the 2001 DVD, Best of Thomas. And then here's Best of Percy, 2001, 2002 DVD. Well, actually, and yes, and don't worry. And in case you're wondering about these homemade DVDs, they'll look like these. These still, don't worry, you guys. It still use the original content. Still use the real deal content. So it still uses the original content. It still uses the 2002 DVD. They still both use the original 2002 DVD. Those are the only 2 I'm missing, and I finally own it now. And here's Best of James, 2002 DVD. Well, the VHS came out first, was Best of Percy, then Best of Thomas. So I thought I'd add Best of Percy on disc 2. And Best of James. Yeah, in case you're wondering about this homemade DVDs, it doesn't use the actual homemade content. It uses the original contents. So it's an ISO copy. I download those from Archive, and I burn those discs. And they work very good. And here's Best of Gordon, the real version. Now here are the custom versions are actually, I call it a bonus disc. But sadly, this is a RW disc. That means you'll be able to record and erase many times. I'll have to keep the RW discs until I get more permanent blank discs. So yeah. Here's Best of Toby. And here's Best of Henry. This will be a homemade DVD update. This is the only update I'm going to show you recently. And by the way, this is actually a custom version. I just finally made a homemade DVD. Well, I only used a DVD recorder to use it. I didn't use like on a computer. In fact, I don't be able to edit stuff to burn the disc anyways. And there is no DVD menu either. But I did at the beginning, similar like the Best of Gordon. But I just used for taking from the either any of my ISO DVD copies that weren't copy protection. I can't use that one because this is a copy protection disc. Well, it's not Microvision. Well, it's the one I couldn't record this onto a disc, but I did use the I guess the opening uses from the Anchor Bay, but it does have my homemade Ubi logo at the end. This is my homemade 2025 DVD. This one did not exist on DVD. But it is a custom version. This is a pretty cool custom. I really like it. This is actually my own custom version of Best of Toby. I can't explain because it's hard to explain. Because usually I add it. But this one uses the name boards. I know someone just add the with bumpers, but this one has name boards. Here's Best of Henry, finally, at last. Sadly, they didn't make Best of Edward. If the Thomas fans who did a custom of Best of Edward, I'm not gonna add this to the disc because I can tell due to it says Media Vault 6. Yeah, so I might not gonna add more to it because of that. So I decided to just leave it where it was. Yeah, I did add a bonus for a new one. The new discs I actually add the bonus. So yeah, actually it's kind of finished. I might add more update on this cover. I just want to show you something very cool for the Thomas fans and for Nate the Gay Media 2006. Who likes Thomas? Best of Thomas. I did wrote disc 1 and disc 4 on that regular disc for some reason. Disc 2, Best of Percy, Best of James. They still use the original contents. This is a fan-made copy. This is a homemade DVD, and it doesn't use this is actually an RW disc than just the DVD video disc, because it's a plus R discs. Any of the plus R or plus RW on the DVD recorders can. Well, this is the only. This is the only plus R. This is the only type of blank DVD works without finalizing it. And there's no menu, and it does work without it. It does work, but no menu when it's not finalized. So yeah, there you go. Have it. The very cool homemade DVD case and a homemade DVD update. The only homemade DVD update recently is Best of Toby and Henry. That's it. I just made this since July or August. I think I made this back in July. Or maybe August, beginning August of Best of James, because I had to make a new copy because the old copy, well, the intro got a little messed up. So, I did burn it again, but I used another ISO video, another video file on Best of James, and I burned it, and it's pretty good. It works pretty good without any issues. So yeah, there you have it. The homemade Best of Thomas homemade DVD collection. This is kind of like an update video. There you have it. Thanks for watching.